Walk around the compound. All right, let's go. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetie pie. He's a good girl. He's good, Miss Lay. Good Miss Lay. Lay on her hay. She's got some blankets underneath when it gets cold. Got a big old pile of hay out here that came in handy last night. I drove in last night, came out, was checking on her. Heidi had asked, like, hey, when you get home, can you go and check on Lay and unplug and replug some of the blanket, the heated blankets that she has. And then I was out here. I was in a coat and shorts, and it was like in like the mid, maybe upper 20s. And I'm like, I should probably go try to put on pants, but there was a whole bunch of hay, and it was already out here. So I basically just kind of laid down and just started piling hay up on top of myself. Surprisingly cozy. Well, not surprisingly. I mean, hay bedding is a thing that, it's a thing. It's used for a reason. Gosh, I must have slept out here for, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours. And I woke up and it was just like, it is somewhat chilly. Somewhat chilly. But then also she started to kind of shift around a little bit. She kind of started to shift around a little bit. Didn't seem like she was the most comfy. And then also, started to maybe wonder if she kind of didn't know if she wanted the company or not. So it's hard sometimes in those situations to know whether or not the animal wants you to be there, because sometimes when they're significantly ill, it can kind of go one of either way. Maybe they're hurting and then they're scared, and then they kind of want someone close to them. And then there's other times where they're sick and they're hurting, and so much so that they just want to go somewhere alone so that they can fade away faster. And if the animal's in pain, it's hard to tell. Sometimes, like, their body language and their facial features and just like the different kind of things that they can do, it's hard to read sometimes. I thought that maybe like during the first part when I was kind of coming out here and hanging out, like she's like, okay, you're here. And then she started to be less inclined. Not like she was getting like aggressive or fussy or weird or anything, but I just think that she just like, okay, I kind of want to be alone right now. And so I got up and went inside and I slept. I am about 99.9999% sure that by the time this gets posted on Tuesday that Layla is going to be gone. I hope you don't mind if I spend a little bit of time focusing on her at the beginning. And since I'm going to be filming over the course of today and tomorrow, more than likely she's going to be featured as well on the tomorrow one. Yeah. She can kind of lift herself up, but her back half doesn't work. Doesn't work. Hi, baby. Hi, sugar pie. And it happened very quickly. Very, very rapidly. She went from being just, oh good, just fine, perfect line to one day she started, she was moving just really, really strangely. Very, very slow. Hi, sugar pie. Yeah. Very, very strangely. Very, very slowly. She would kind of back up. It was very difficult for her to get up and move and walk and stuff like that. Well, one of our dedicated volunteers, Stephanie, two sisters, Stephanie and Rachel, they'll come and they have so much love, and they take such good care of the cats. When they need like medicine and company and things like that, they're really, really good. Very sweet. Oh, got some hay in there. But yeah, she was having such a hard time like getting up and moving and stuff like that, and then the next day she was just completely, well, yeah, you got some hay. You got some hay on your tongue. Now you have like weird kind of spit like on your face. And then the next day she was just dragging. She's dragging her back half. Just couldn't move. So of course Heidi, spent the entire day, just trying to do like multiple different kinds of things. Of course we were able to, get Dr. Bill out, and then give some medicine, some really heavy duty kind of anti-inflammatory kind of things, like with the hope that maybe she had like, she had herniated something, or not necessarily, but like, you slip a disc or something like that. You just keep on eating hay. She's trying to eat the chicken. She's like, Stephanie was feeding her chicken, some ground chicken, and it fell into, like, some of the pieces fell into the hay. So now she's like wanting to get those little pieces, but then she's also getting like pieces of hay, and that's, getting her a little bit kind of bleh. So that's kind of what's going on with that. There's a lot of different things that, of course, there's a lot of different things that go into, trying to get things done, treatment options, all that stuff, whether or not it's appropriate to sedate, and if that's going to exacerbate any other conditions, or there's a lot of different kind of things. If you're talking about something structural, yeah, it can be bad and cause more damage than what you originally intend, just trying to kind of get her to move and, get her to what's the word I'm looking for? Analysis? I don't know. More than likely, hold on one second. Back. More than likely, well, I shouldn't even, I don't know, I guess I can't really speculate. More than likely, say that. But it could be like a tumor, like on her spine, that just, rapidly, or it has been developing, and then it finally got to the point where it, cut off something critical, some sort of thing, blood, nerve, whatever, who knows. There's a lot of different things, how it's hard to, in these types of instances, it's hard to know. You're dealing with animals that just by their very nature, it's difficult to diagnose them, because it's hard to put hands on them, because they are lions and then they are tigers, and yeah, and she's old. And generally speaking, when you see the type of things like the legs dragging and stuff like that, and it happens rapidly like that, something pretty catastrophic went down, and it basically wipes out your surgical options. Really wipes them out, considering her advanced age. So then you just kind of do a Hail Mary thing where you hope that maybe it's something related to inflammation. and then you just pump her full of drugs, try to get the swelling down, and just try to see if maybe there's something like that, and then hopefully, hopefully. That's kind of what we got going on right now. So we're basically in this observation period. We're trying to keep her as comfy as possible. Just, like put water in like baby bottles so that she can stay hydrated. Keep her company. Let's talk to her. And if she doesn't get better, then she's going to go see Samson. And we're almost certain that that's going to be the case. And we're just happy that we have some of these moments right now where she's present and she's lucid, and she has, I guess she's in enough of a kind of, medicated state of being that, she's not exceptionally uncomfortable, in a lot of pain. So yeah, a lot of people have been coming to visit her. A lot of people have been coming to visit her. Say that they love her, and to say see you later. A lot of people asking Layla to say hi to Samson. So yeah. Yep. It was really cold. I'd taken a bunch of the hay and I actually threw it in like through that slot, and I was like I was just like kind of placing it. I was strategically putting it on her to kind of cover her up. I didn't. You have to understand, like lion and tiger, the body temperatures and everything, they run naturally hotter. So a lot of times you freak out about them, like, I don't want them to get cold. It's like, but they don't feel temperature the same way that you or I do. Like, she didn't seem like she was shivering. She seemed like she was just kind of like, oof, I'm uncomfortable. I don't feel great. But she didn't feel like she was cold. But either way, I still was just making sure. Like, just want to make. So I was throwing hay on her, and I was throwing hay on myself. We were both covered in hay, taking a snooze. And Destiny has been working so hard, training new interns, and we've got Carrie Lynn here. Carrie Lynn's back. Speak of the devils, you got them going through the gates over there. People coming through. Yeah, the people in the gates are more important. We don't want to see this guy. Why would you want to see that? Why would you want to see that? That's silly. Teegies? Oof. Capture. Oh. Hello. All of you big cat lovers out there, it is me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Yeah. Tough times. Layla's up there. She's certainly up there. Almost 15, and it's it just stinks because yes, technically it's like 15, 16, 17 type ages. Like, yeah, they can. That's when things can start to happen. It's like when people start, but cats they certainly can get to high teens, possibly. Like, some of them make it to their early 20s. We have cats that make it to their 20s. And it makes you sit there and think, well, why can't they all just do that? Why can't they all have that same good fortune? Why can't we just all have a little bit more time with them? It's the same thing with people. Sometimes you have people, they get into their 40s, and then stuff starts happening. Then people start getting, into their 60s and 70s, and that's when things like really start to happen. You start to see the rates of people, it starts to really kind of start to ramp up. And then you'll see, hi, Mr. Man. Hi, Mr. Hello, hello, hello. 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 But of course, it doesn't mean that you can't have people that, make it to the 80s or 90s, the hundreds. It happens. Yeah, my grandma, on my mom's side, passed away when she was 75. Some people's grandmas make it to 100. And you sit there and think like, well, why can't all grandmas make it to 100? Huh. I wasn't even thinking. I seriously, I'm not even joking. I wasn't even thinking of it. That I was talking about grandmas in front of these guys. For those of you keeping track at home, I'm not sure if you knew this, but Layla is the grandmother of these beautiful boys. She is. Capture, 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 capture. The suddenness, that can be jarring. I was talking to Rachel and Stephanie, because Stephanie was, hanging out with Layla, like right before I'd filmed. I'd come walking up. I was talking about it, and the suddenness of it was, it can be jarring, because you go from, walking around like that. Layla, she's fine. And then something just happens. Something in her spine. Sometimes it just happens in older cats. And it sucks. And it sucks. And then you sit there and think like, you feel cheated. Because you sit there and wonder like, well, it's like everything else should be working just fine. It's just that part, very significant, serious part that is basically, again, we've consulted with different vets and professionals and stuff like that, and yeah, that the issues are extremely difficult, if not all, impossible to fix, if she's got what she more than likely's got. So, yeah. I mean, certainly there were some of the professionals that were basically just saying, just like, look, some of the other folks that do also work with big cats are like, probably just want to go ahead and just put her down now. And we're like, we're going to just try one last thing. So, yeah. It sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But it is what it is. It's life. Grass grows, wind blows, and we oftentimes have to say goodbye to our friends. And as I've said before, They sugar pie. As I have said before, there's so many other cats, animals here that need our attention, that need our assistance, that need our love. So, your ability to get too worried, or not, I shouldn't say worried, but the time frame in which you have to, I guess, dwell and mourn and all that stuff, it gets limited. You gotta go. You're needed elsewhere. I guess it's also another thing to consider that, like, it's like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Is he keeping us apart? Is he keeping me from seeing you, Zoops? My goodness, the tood on you, the tood. And then, watch, it's just like, we get a little, it's like radiation. It's like we get a little bit farther away from Zuby, and then all of a sudden, like, me and Ra kind of like, okay, we're kind of cool now. You're like, we can kind of hang out. It's all good. Zuby's like, I want to come up and say hi, but I can't. Oh, Zoobs. Oh, Zubaloobs. Zubaloobs. Zubalubs. Zubby wubbly. Zubba wumba. Zumba wumba. I'll get knocked down, but I'll get up again. If you ever gonna keep me down, I'll get knocked down, but I'll get up again. Yeah, there's Des. Shh, please tell me you heard that. Please tell me you heard that. That was the littlest little princess toot. And it's because, like, she was being all cute and frisky, and like she kind of did a hard, like, thwop because she was feeling squishy. She was feeling squishy. She did a hard thwop onto the ground, which I'm sure probably kind of, put just a little bit of a pressure differential onto her body, and then she just had the littlest little oh, it's a little princess toot. See, Bonnie farts, princess toots. Yeah, that's really how you can tell. Some people, they have a hard time telling, like, our white tigers apart. Or like our female white tigers, sometimes people have a hard time telling them apart. And then you sit there and you gotta ask, like, yourself, okay, well, does she fart or does she toot? And that should be the looking over there. And then you guys, what's going on? Jeez. I know, Vol. Hi, mister. Hi. Hello. Hi, hello, Mr. Man, yeah, no, Diwali, sweetie pie. Good boy, the bestest of boys, even. Some would say, some would argue. It was really funny. Like I was saying, stinks knuckles. That's not the thing I was saying. And the timing just worked out with that. Of course, like Rachel and Stephanie, two sisters, they were here. Rachel has taken a particular shine to Miss Kiara, and she tends to like some of our lady lions a little bit, And when I first come walking over, like, I just heard, I was talking to Stephanie over there, and just talking about Layla, and then I hear coming from this direction, just blah, 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 blah. And then I look over, and then, you know, I'm like, I see Rachel, and I'm just like, what's going on over there? And come to find out, because like Rachel came, she came with treats. She came with like chicken, like a pallet of chicken breasts, and was feeding them to Kiara. And then Kiara ate all the chicken breasts, and then got mad that there were no more chicken breasts. And like Rachel's like walking away. She's just like, I don't got any more. I don't have any more. And Kiara's like, why do you hate me so much? Rachel's like, I don't. I love you. That's the whole. I brought the chicken breasts because I love you. Kiara, you're a mess. You're a mess. It's nice out. It's nice out. A slight chill is in the air. You're gonna also have to pray for this one too. She's gonna have thing removed from her. She's gonna have a thing removed from her eye. Cancer. She's got an appointment on Monday. Dr. Bill is going to be going in there and removing that. And we hope that it's not too late. Sometimes these things have a way of just, I mean, basically you say like, oh, what's that? Is that a, and it's everywhere. You know? Not so sure. Hopefully it hasn't gotten into her lymph nodes and stuff like that. It's sometimes these things, they can just happen so quickly. And yeah, she looks great. She looks great, but again, like I said, the rapidness at which sometimes these things can happen. Yeah. So yeah. But hopefully we'll be able to go in and then kind of cut that thing off of her eye, and it's on her tear duct. It's not like actually on her eye, so we're not gonna have another pirate kitty. Not gonna have another pirate kitty. So that's good. Bonnie's eyes are just too pretty. Bonnie's eyes are too pretty. Nadal. That's Nadal. For those of you keeping track at home. I know sometimes people will sit there and say like, Derek, could you please say the names of the cats as you go in? And then of course I went through like, you know, a period where I was just like, figure it out. Now I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should. And then I'll probably get bored. I'll probably get bored of doing that, or I'll just start forgetting again, as I do. And then you'll just have to figure it out. So you know what? I do go back to my original thing. If you just figured it out, your life would just be a lot easier. Get good. G-U-D. Nadal. He gave me that little snuffle. Everyone is so excited because it's kind of like in between. It's kind of in between feed. There's different times where different cats will just get evening supplementary treats, evening supplementary snacks, or maybe like their meds. So then a bunch of the cats. So maybe it's like a cat's like, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Is it my turn? What about me? What about me? And then other cats are like, I should get food as well. I should get food as well. So some of the cats are, they're getting just, you know, antsy and excited for good reason because they're gonna get something. And then other cats, they're getting antsy and excited for no reason at all because they ain't getting squat. Like, oh, you think this chicken is for you? Psych. They're like, rip off. Rip off. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, it's that thing you never know. Layla, you know, it's like, it can always surprise you. Hi, bud. Yeah, I know. Hello. I missed her. But that's one of those kind of things. It's like sometimes you have like a good baseline of like, oh, okay, well, this cat is like this, and this cat is sick, and blah, blah, blah. And this cat is like, you sit there and think like, okay, more than, if you were to put money down, you would say, well, this cat's probably going to go next, and then this cat's going to probably go next. And then everyone, like, like the reality of it is that life has a way of just really surprising you. There's times where, that's the thing. Oh my gosh, this would be such a weird, if somehow, like some magical entity was able to give me a list. They were able to like give me a list, like a chronological list of like all the this is the order of the cats that are going to go. I don't know if I don't think I'd want that list. Like these are the names, this is when, and this is the order. I'm like, I don't like it. Nope. Take that back. Take it back. I don't need it. Hey, sugar pie. Melissa says hi, by the way. Yeah, you say hi back? Good girl. I don't know, she's shaking her head. Just interpret how you want. All right. Try not to be too sad, okay? I had a fantastic life. And she's loved, and I mean, she is in relative comfort right now. And we're able to say our goodbyes, and sometimes that's a pretty fantastic end, comparatively speaking. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.